How to handle disrespect. Disrespect is a common challenge that we all face in life, and it can be very upsetting and frustrating. But what if we could learn from the ancient philosophy of Buddhism, which teaches us how to manage difficult situations with wisdom and grace? In this video, we will explore 10 practical Buddhist principles that can help us handle disrespect more effectively. As always, I challenge you to be strong and stay with me until the end of the video. Let's begin. 1. Stay calm. One of Buddhism's fundamental teachings is that we are not disturbed by what happens to us, but by how we think about what happens to us. People are disturbed not by things, but by their perception of them. This means that disrespect is not inherently harmful or offensive. It is our interpretation and judgment that make us feel hurt or angry. When someone disrespects you, remember that their behavior is the result of their thoughts, feelings, and opinions, not a reflection of your true worth or value. This can help you remain calm and not let their disrespect affect your emotional state. 2. Reflect on yourself. Another important aspect of Buddhism is the practice of self-reflection and self-examination. The Buddha believed that the quality of our thoughts determines the quality of our lives and that we should always strive to improve ourselves and our actions. When facing disrespect, it is essential to reflect on yourself and ask questions like, is there any truth in what the person has said or done? Have I done or said something that provoked this situation? How can I respond in a way that is consistent with my values and virtues? By reflecting on yourself and the situation objectively, you can gain a better understanding of the event and your role in it. 3. Learn to pause. Gautama Buddha once said, "Whenever you are angry, be sure that it is not just a present evil, but that you have increased a habit." The Buddha believed in the importance of self-control and rationality, and argued that impulsive reactions driven by intense emotions, such as anger or frustration, often lead to poor decisions and unnecessary suffering. When faced with disrespect, the Buddhist approach encourages you to avoid reacting impulsively. Instead, take a moment to pause and gather your thoughts. This pause allows you to regain control over your emotions and gives you the opportunity to respond in a more measured and thoughtful way. 4. Practice empathy. Gautama Buddha and other influential Buddhist philosophers say, "Do not seek good in external things, seek it in yourself." Buddhists believe in the interconnectedness of humanity, and that understanding the motivations and emotions of others can lead to better interactions and personal growth. When someone shows disrespect, Buddhism suggests practicing empathy. Try to put yourself in the other person's shoes and understand their perspective. Empathy can help you see the situation from a different angle and realize that their disrespect may not be personal or intentional, but could stem from their insecurities, fears, or ignorance. 5. Focus on virtue. One of Buddhism's core ideas is to develop virtues such as wisdom and courage. These are qualities that help us live well and act correctly. Gautama Buddha wrote that virtue is nothing more than right reason, meaning that being virtuous is equivalent to being rational and consistent with the natural order of things. Buddhism teaches us to focus on virtue in our response to disrespect. This does not mean that we should ignore or tolerate disrespect, but rather respond in a way that reflects our Buddhist values and principles. By focusing on virtue, we can avoid being swayed by our emotions, maintain our dignity and integrity, and grow as individuals. 6. Embrace acceptance. One of Buddhism's key lessons is to accept things that are beyond our control. When dealing with disrespect from others, we should accept it as part of life and focus on what we can do to improve ourselves and our situation. 7. Use humor. Sometimes a little laughter goes a long way. Humor can help us maintain emotional balance and avoid getting overly upset when someone disrespects us. It is a useful Buddhist technique for managing disrespect in a way that leads to a more positive and peaceful outcome. 8. Set clear boundaries. Buddhism teaches us to be strong, fair, and courageous. We need to establish clear and reasonable boundaries that protect our dignity and self-respect. 9. Choose forgiveness. Forgiveness is key to inner peace and happiness. It does not mean forgetting or approving of what happened, but rather choosing to release the negative emotions that hurt us. 10. Change your perspective. Perspective is the ability to see things from a broader and more objective point of view. It helps us avoid overreacting or taking things personally when someone disrespects us. In conclusion, we can affirm that the ancient wisdom of Buddhism offers valuable teachings on how to handle disrespect in daily life. Through its principles of calmness, reflection, empathy, virtue, and acceptance, Buddhism teaches us to maintain composure, respond wisely, and foster personal growth even in the face of the most difficult challenges. Maintaining calm, reflecting on oneself, practicing empathy, focusing on virtue, embracing acceptance, using humor, setting clear boundaries, choosing forgiveness, and changing perspective are all tools we can use to handle disrespect constructively and peacefully. Ultimately, by following Buddhist teachings, we can transform situations of disrespect into opportunities for growth, wisdom, and living a more fulfilling and meaningful life. And how do you handle these situations? Let me know in the comments. I wish you to live in peace forever, and I always look forward to seeing you here on the channel, The Secret of Samadhi. See you soon.